The man known for his inspiring sermons, his powerful ability to motivate millions, and his unshakable presence as a beacon of faith is now at the center of an unexpected storm. Bishop T.D. Jakes, a name that has come to symbolize hope and spiritual guidance for countless individuals, has been a pillar of strength for decades. However, what happens when the very foundation of that strength begins to show signs of instability? For years, his life seemed flawless. His sermons echoed across the globe, his books became bestsellers, and his family appeared to embody the very ideals he preached. Yet, behind the scenes, there was something bubbling beneath the surface. Now, after years of silence, the woman who stood by his side through every challenge, every triumph, and every struggle has decided to reveal her truth. Sarita Jakes, the woman who has shared this extraordinary journey with him, is finally speaking out. But what could be so shocking, so profound, that it took her years to break her silence? What is the truth that remained buried for so long? This is more than just a story about a marriage or a ministry. It is a story about the human side of one of the most influential spiritual leaders of our time. And as these revelations unfold, they will challenge everything we thought we knew about Bishop T.D. Jakes and his seemingly perfect life. Stay with us as we uncover a story that has been hidden for years, a story that will leave you questioning, reflecting, and perhaps even reevaluating your own beliefs. The truth is finally out, and it is far more shocking than anyone could have anticipated. Bishop T.D. Jakes is a name that resonates well beyond the walls of his church. As a pastor, author, filmmaker, and entrepreneur, his influence spans continents, cultures, and generations. Known for his fiery, passionate sermons and his deeply relatable messages, he has built a legacy that few can rival. Through his ministry, T.D. Jakes has touched countless lives. His conferences, such as Woman Thou Art Loosed, have empowered millions of women, while his books like Instinct and Crushing have topped bestseller lists, offering guidance to those struggling with life's challenges. His films, including Jumping the Broom and Heaven is for Real, showcase his ability to blend spirituality with mainstream storytelling, reaching audiences far beyond the pulpit. However, beyond his professional achievements, Bishop Jakes has always presented himself as a devoted family man. His public persona has been one of strength, humility, and unwavering faith. For years, he has shared glimpses of his personal life, portraying a harmonious balance between his demanding career and his role as a husband and father. At the heart of his personal life is his wife, Sarita Jakes, a woman who has stood by his side through every high and every low. Married for over 4 decades, their union has often been seen as a shining example of love, partnership, and resilience. Together, they have raised 5 children, building a family that seems to reflect the values T.D. Jakes preaches to the world. Their marriage has been hailed as a testament to enduring love, one that has weathered many storms and emerged stronger on the other side. But as we begin to peel back the layers of this seemingly perfect narrative, we start to see that even the strongest bonds can carry untold stories. Behind the image of perfection lies a narrative that challenges everything we thought we knew about this iconic couple. Over the years, there were whispers, subtle, fleeting, and easily dismissed. Congregants and close observers noticed moments that didn't quite align with the perfect image. A strained smile during a public appearance, an uncharacteristic absence from an event, even the occasional offhand remark that seemed loaded with unspoken meaning. These moments, when viewed in isolation, seemed small and insignificant, but when viewed together, they painted a picture of tension that was hard to ignore. Rumors began to spread. Some speculated that the pressures of leading a global ministry might have been taking a toll on their marriage. Others hinted at private disagreements behind closed doors, disagreements that never made it to the pulpit or social media. Still, these whispers were often drowned out by the overwhelming admiration for the couple. After all, who could believe that the Jakes family, so seemingly perfect, could be anything but? Through it all, Sarita Jakes remained the picture of grace and loyalty. She was the supportive wife, the quiet strength behind the man who inspired millions. Her silence was often seen as a testament to her character, a refusal to engage with gossip or feed speculation. But what if that silence was more than just grace? What if it was a shield, protecting a truth too painful to confront? After years of standing in the shadows of her husband's towering legacy, Sarita has now decided to step into the light, not out of malice, but out of a need to be heard. It is not about revenge or tearing down the man she once adored. It is about finding her own voice in a narrative that has long been dominated by his towering presence. Sarita's decision to come forward marks a turning point, not just for her, but for the millions who have idolized Bishop T.D. Jakes and the seemingly unshakable partnership they shared. What she reveals, however, is far from the picture-perfect narrative the world has come to know. In a heartfelt and candid disclosure, Sarita opens up about the struggles that have simmered beneath the surface for decades. She begins by addressing the emotional toll of being married to a man of such immense influence. While the world saw T.D. Jakes as a man of God, a leader, and a visionary, Sarita describes moments of emotional neglect that left her feeling invisible. She recounts how his relentless pursuit of excellence often came at the expense of their relationship, with her needs and feelings sidelined in favor of his ministry. It wasn't that he was intentionally cruel or unkind, she admits. Rather, being with someone so driven sometimes felt like living in their shadow. She began to wonder if she was truly his partner or merely a supporting character in his story. Then comes the most shocking revelation, a decision made years ago that nearly broke their relationship. Sarita discloses a deeply personal financial choice Bishop Jakes made without consulting her. The decision, though made with good intentions, caused significant strain in their marriage. She explains how it left her feeling betrayed and excluded, as though her voice and partnership didn't matter. "I've always supported him," she says, "but in that moment, I realized that support doesn't mean silence. It doesn't mean sacrificing your own needs or opinions for the sake of someone else's vision." Her revelations are not an attack on her husband, but rather an honest account of their shared humanity. She speaks with a mixture of love and pain, emphasizing that her decision to share these truths comes from a place of healing, not vengeance. "I want people to understand that no one is perfect, not even us, and that's okay. The real strength comes from acknowledging the imperfections and working through them." The public reaction was immediate and intense. Supporters of Bishop Jakes struggled to reconcile the image of their beloved leader with the revelations coming from his wife. Many expressed disbelief, insisting that such claims couldn't possibly be true. Others, however, saw Sarita's courage as a necessary step toward transparency. They applauded her for speaking her truth and reminded the world that even the most celebrated figures are not immune to personal struggles. Within the church community, reactions were mixed. Some congregants felt betrayed, questioning whether the man they had placed on a pedestal could still lead them. Others rallied behind him, emphasizing that his imperfections made him more relatable, not less. "This is a reminder that we're all human," one church member said. "Even our leaders need grace and understanding." Close friends of the couple were reportedly divided. While some were shocked by Sarita's decision to go public, others expressed admiration for her bravery. "She's not trying to destroy him," a confidant shared. "She's trying to heal herself and, in the process, help others who might be going through similar struggles." Through it all, Sarita remained steadfast in her message. This wasn't about tearing her husband down. It was about finding healing for herself, for their family, and perhaps even for him. "I've carried this weight for so long," she said. "This isn't about blame or revenge. It's about honesty. It's about showing that even in the most picture-perfect lives, there are challenges, and that's okay. Her words resonated with many who had felt silenced in their own lives, sparking important conversations about the cost of perfection and the importance of authenticity. The revelations, while painful, also opened the door to a deeper understanding of the pressures that come with living in the public eye. For Bishop Jakes, these revelations marked a turning point. He addressed the situation with humility, acknowledging the areas where he had fallen short, while reaffirming his commitment to his family and his faith. "I'm not perfect," he admitted, "but I'm willing to learn, to grow, and to be better, not just as a leader, but as a husband and father." The story of TD and Serita Jakes is no longer just about their accomplishments or their public image. It is about resilience, vulnerability, and the courage to confront the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. For those who have followed their journey, it serves as a powerful reminder that healing begins with honesty and that even the strongest foundations can be rebuilt. Initially, Bishop Jakes' reaction was one of visible shock. Those close to him described a man grappling with the weight of his wife's words, not out of anger, but out of deep introspection. "I never realized how you get so caught up in the work and the calling that you forget to tend to the people who matter most," he confessed. Within days, Bishop Jakes took to the pulpit to address the situation with a sermon titled "Grace in the Storm." The congregation, which had supported him through numerous triumphs and challenges alike, gathered with bated breath, eager to hear what he would say. Would he deny the claims, dismiss them as misunderstandings, or would he embrace the truth with humility? With a steady but emotional voice, Bishop Jakes began his sermon. "I am a man," he said, his words resonating deeply with the crowd. "A man who has been called to lead, to inspire, and to guide. But I am also a man who is flawed, who has made mistakes, and who has sometimes failed the people closest to me." He went on to acknowledge the pain that Serita had expressed, taking full responsibility for the ways his relentless pursuit of his ministry had sometimes overshadowed his role as a husband. "It was never my intention to hurt her," he said, his voice heavy with regret. "But intention doesn't erase impact, and for that, I am deeply sorry." The sermon became a masterclass in vulnerability, a rare glimpse into the heart of a man who had spent decades being seen as larger than life. Bishop Jakes spoke not only to his wife, but to his followers, addressing the importance of accountability, forgiveness, and the ongoing work of reconciliation. "Faith isn't about pretending we have it all together," he said. "It's about trusting that even in our brokenness, God can create something beautiful." Behind the scenes, steps were already being taken to begin rebuilding trust within their marriage. Bishop Jakes canceled several speaking engagements and dedicated more time to his family and their healing process. Close friends revealed that he sought counseling, both individually and as a couple, determined to address the issues that had been brought to light. His actions spoke volumes. He wasn't just apologizing, he was committing to real change. Shortly after the sermon, Bishop Jakes released a public statement reinforcing his commitment to Serita and their shared journey. "Serita has always been my partner, my confidant, and my greatest supporter," he wrote. "Her courage in sharing her truth has reminded me of the strength and grace she has always possessed. Together, we will face this new chapter with honesty, love, and faith." For his followers, Bishop Jakes' response was a powerful reminder of the humanity behind the pulpit. It wasn't a denial of the struggles they were facing, but an embrace of them. It was a testament to the idea that even the most revered leaders are not immune to the trials of life. As he worked to rebuild trust with Serita and his congregation, Bishop Jakes showed that true leadership isn't about perfection. It's about humility, growth, and the willingness to confront one's flaws head on. For Bishop Jakes, this journey of reflection and humility marked a profound shift. The man who had spent decades guiding others through their storms now found himself navigating his own. His sermons from that point forward carried a new weight, a hard-earned wisdom that only comes from walking through the fire. Forgiveness isn't a destination, he told his congregation. It's a process. And sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. As the couple worked together to heal and rebuild, their story became a lesson in resilience. It wasn't about erasing the past, but about learning from it, growing through it, and using it as a foundation for a stronger future. Their willingness to confront their struggles head on became a beacon of hope for others facing similar challenges.